Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the show tonight. We are going to have George Medina in here to talk about Wonder Duck. Oh, yeah. So we're going to run through the sponsors real quick and get this shindig started. So we got Naughty Fairies with Miss Wendy Steenshaner. Please check out Naughty Fairies and all the goodness at Etsy. All the links for everything I'll be naming off is up in the description up above. We also have Tiff Allen Personalizes. Check out Tiff Allen Personalizes for all your personalization needs, whether you need t-shirts or signs, all kinds of cool stuff, glitter pens, tumblers, you name it, she can hook you up. We also have Outpost 426 Studios with CB Zane and Michael Shoemaker. Please check out Into the Suck, Scorpiana, and Black Rabbit. We also have 183 Degree Studios with Alfred Trujillo, Dooby Dooby Doo, and Miss AZ Power Girl, Kara Nicole. Check out their Patreons in the links above, as well as 183 Degree Studio for all your good OA pieces, prints, cosplay stuff, and all of that jazz. Check out Doris Jones Laboroflove.com. Go on there and check out all the great paintings that she has available. You can get custom paintings and other stuff from her as well. So check that out at Doris Jones Laboroflove.com. We also have Codex Entertainment LLC with Louis Torres. Check out Ace and Starlet, Lily the Demoness, Whispers in Necropolis, Nebula Pearl, and VRXOXO. All these great titles can be found from them. Just hit up Louis Torres and he will hook you up. And last but not least, we have Russ Exposed Studios charity auctions for CB4K. If you're looking for a way to help out small children in hospitals and cancer centers, please check out the auctions. We have all kinds of great stuff available on there that you can purchase with all proceeds going towards shipping, comic books, coloring books, pens, dispensers, pop figurines, stuffed animals, and all kinds of great goodness to kids in hospitals and cancer centers around the world, and to help give them hope and strength in a time of need. So without further ado, we're going to bring out our guest tonight. We've got George Medina. What's going on,
There he
man?
is. What's up, Russell? How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing all right, man. I'm hanging in there. It's been busy, kind of crazy,
Oh, I
and
know. I know.
you know how it is running
Ah,
Kickstarters.
it's
It's
no
like
joke.
I got two jobs, and then I'm trying to fit the Kickstarter in between stuff, and then trying to do the home stuff, and
Yeah.
catch a few naps in between because
Yeah.
I haven't been sleeping lately because I got so much stuff going on with me and fighting with the insurance over the spine stimulator and just all kinds
Crazy.
of jazz. So I'm
Yeah.
just like.
Yeah.
Whoo!
Well, listen, CatCat Piggygirl is doing their thing on Kickstarter, so I'm very happy for you, man. That's good.
Yeah, and you are too, man. You got the matching going on too. Sorry, I'm not
Yeah.
trying to be antisocial here. I'm finishing my last few shares out because
It's all
you
good.
know they keep changing. Every one day I can just go boom, 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 and then the next day I have to share them one by one, and
I
it's just
know. I know. I
oh
know.
man.
And that's part of it too, right? It's like the sharing and you're trying to grow the channel, so you got to make sure that it's everywhere and where are people watching from? Is it YouTube? Is it Facebook? What so
Yeah.
there's just so much going on. So I totally get it, man. No worries.
Oh, and it's hard too because there's so much stuff going on. It's like, you got Sunday night football a lot of the
Yeah.
times, or
Yep.
then, you got some kind of crazy auction that pops up on a Tuesday or
True.
watu day of the week,
True.
and it's like
True.
you can't catch them all. So,
You're
despite what
absolutely right.
Pokemon says, you can't catch them all.
That's a myth. It's a
That's
lie.
a myth. Those are mythical monsters. So how you doing tonight, my friend?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just jumping back and forth from show to show, trying to promote the fact that the Adventures of Wonder Duck is out on Kickstarter right now. So it's
Yeah.
it's it's been quite an evening this Sunday evening. After this one, I got another one that I got to go record. So yeah, you got it. All right,
Yeah.
all
Right
right,
there,
man.
man.
There it is. That's part one.
It is part
88
one. I'm
pages.
excited. I'm excited
Yeah.
to see what happens in part two.
Yes, man. It's been quite a I guess a ride these last few days on the Kickstarter. We launched on May 4th, and I'm sure you were watching how I couldn't even launch because there was something wrong with the rewards, and I'm like, oh my god, everybody's live watching us trying to launch this thing on the channel. Nita, what's up? And all of a sudden we couldn't get it to go, and I'm like, oh, what am I going to do? Luckily, Daphne Lage came to the rescue. She came in there, matrix that thing up, and boom, we were live. So but it's been doing so well, and I'm very excited, man. I'm very excited. And listen, you were number one. You were number one. How do you do this? How do you do that? How are you always
Oh,
number one on
I,
these
I'm a kick.
campaigns?
I'm a Kickstarter ninja, man. I try to get in there and be no. I'm trying to get in there and be number one for the folks that I support a
Dude,
lot, and
thank you,
everything you
thank
guys
you,
do. So,
thank you.
I make it my goal to be number one, and
I appreciate
sometimes I'm number two, and nobody wants to be the shit. So,
it.
that's why I try to shoot that number one spot. So, man, you've been on here a couple of times. We had you
Yeah,
on here with Catch Da Craze
yeah.
and, some of the other stuff that you guys have had going on, but I've never really got to sit down and one-on-one be like, what inspired you to come up with the story for Wonder Duck? Like, where did the inspiration for the duck and, him getting the suit and all this stuff going on? Where did all that come from?
It was it was from a cartoon series called DuckTales. It was Gizmo Duck.
Woohoo!
Yeah, it was exactly. It was Gizmo Duck. It was this, character that was on the show, and I was like, man, I need my own superhero duck. That he's my hero. She said, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, so that's where it came from. I was like, I need my own superhero duck, and I'm gonna call him Wonder Duck. And that's kind of like where I started running with the idea of creating this character and making him a superhero. But then I had to come up with the world. So he's not on Earth. He's on a whole different universe. He's on a whole different planet. And so that the story just started forming from there. But it all started with that. I was a big fan of that show, and that's where it began.
Dude, that's what I love hearing. That's the great thing. When we're kids, we watch all these
Ah,
shows and we form like this bond with a certain thing. And like, for you, it was DuckTales. For me, it was Robot Jocks. I mean, I've
mm,
always had this infatuation with robots and mechs. And Mech Warrior came out, and I was like, this game's not what I wanted it to be.
yeah.
I just want to feel big and badass, and I just want to go around and just rip and tear and blow up buildings and stuff. And it's like, so here I am as an adult. I'm like, finally, like, all right, I have this chance. I have this one opportunity to do what I've always wanted to do and be an author. And
Yeah.
spoiler alert, anybody that watching this show, you're gonna get a spoiler. Xeno Titan's about to go Titan. You're gonna find out what that stands
Damn.
for. So yeah, so I've always been infatuated with mechs. So
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
my chance to build the story and the world and
Exactly.
and what I wanted. And it's the same for you, man.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
I love Gizmo Duck. I need this duck to have superpowers and go save people and have gadgets and this cool
Yeah.
suit.
And that's the whole thing. What's up? And that's the whole thing, man. I think that part of me as a kid too was my idea was never one day I'm gonna work for Disney and do that myself and work on DuckTales and animate, Gizmo Duck. It was never that. My thing was always I'm gonna create my own characters and have my own stories. I never wanted to work for any of those companies or anything like that. I wanted to create my own stuff. Jonathan, what up, man? Oh man, Jonathan's a big supporter, man. Big shout out to
He
Jonathan.
is. He's a great dude.
Great guy, great guy.
So what other shows were like big inspirations to you when you were younger? You obviously DuckTales. I mean, did you like Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers?
I did. The whole Disney afternoon, Gummy Bears. I was into
Oh,
Tailspin
Gummy
and
Bears, man,
Darkwing Duck.
Tailspin,
Yeah, yeah,
Darkwing Duck.
all that jazz. But I also like the other stuff, like Dennis the Menace and
Oh
Inspector
yeah,
Gadget, Captain Caveman and Son. Like I enjoyed a lot of those cartoons. I think while I still like the Super Friends and X Men and all that other stuff, it was those like cartoony shows that really like Heathcliff, Garfield, like all those cartoons that I was like, yo, that's because I felt more comfortable drawing that way. And I was never like into the realistic drawings. It was more the cartoony stuff that I was like drawn to.
I got an exciting announcement that you and other people in the show may not know. Do you know what's coming out on Friday?
What?
Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Yes.
Disney Plus is going to be streaming Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, and they're going to get CGI
That's
into
right.
lifelike. And
Yeah.
I seen the preview for it the other day. I was like, no way, that's
Yeah.
like next week. How did I not know about this?
I
Because
know. You're right. Aren't they doing something where they're going into like different universes or different like
yeah, yeah,
right?
they're like merging in and they're
Yeah.
like doing
Yeah.
detective work for other universes
Yes.
and stuff. And like
Yes.
this is so funny because
That
like
is funny.
I always loved Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers when I was a
Yeah,
kid,
that
and
was a
I,
good
I
one.
ended up finding like the DVD set in like the $5 bin at Walmart, and it's like season one and season two. And
Yeah.
so like I made my kids watch it, and they're like, Dad, like these cartoons look terrible because it's on the widescreen and they got the black bars on the side because
Yes,
they're
of course.
formatting it to fit the new TVs, and I'm like, oh my god, this is the chance. This is my chance to get them hooked on
Chip and
Chip and
Dale.
Dale Rescue
Chip,
Rangers.
Chip and Dales, man. That was great. Rescue
Oh,
Rangers.
and the funniest thing is so for the commercial, it's freaking genius. So they're
Mm.
like, "Do you know what Chippendales are?" And then it shows like two guys in a tux with no shirt on. They got like their little tuxedo bow tie on their neck, and I'm like, and they're like, "No, this is Chip and Dale," and it shows them going in the machine and getting turned into like CGI into like real life like
Oh wow,
looking, and
that's
I'm like, "Oh my
awesome,
god, I'm
dude.
so amped." So like
Yeah.
next guys, if you're watching Disney, like
Hmm.
next we need something really cool like gargoyles or something like
Yes.
that. Make that.
Gargoyles was
Oh my
good,
god,
man.
could you imagine a real
Gargoyles.
life like gargoyle
Yes,
show?
that would be so cool. Gargoyles was good, man. I think I forgot about that. I forgot Gargoyles was part of that whole thing. Yeah. Thanks. Oh man, these Kickstarters are awesome. Thanks, John. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, thank you, Jonathan. I appreciate it too, brother. Yeah, so I mean that was our jam. That was all we had,
That
when we were
was.
growing
That
up,
was. Yes.
sometimes, when we were kids, it wasn't like, it is now where had to be afraid to leave your kids at home by themselves or let them go to the
Hmm.
bus stop by
Hmm.
themselves. Like,
Yep. Yep.
our parents would go to work, we would get up and we would entertain ourselves with, early morning cartoons, or even on
Yeah,
Saturdays, they would go off to work,
dude.
you'd be at home just chilling, eating cereal straight out of the bag, watching cartoons,
That's
forming
it.
your own
That's
adventures,
it.
and thus Wonder Duck was born.
Yes, because even after school, like I couldn't wait to get home after school and turn on the TV and watch another episode. And it would, I mean, these things were going for hours. It was like the whole Disney afternoon was literally a Disney afternoon. It was like
Yep.
from like whatever 3 o'clock to like I don't know five,
It's like
6 o'clock.
Homework can wait. Disney
Homework
afternoon doesn't
wasn't
end
getting
till
done.
7.
Yeah, exactly. Homework wasn't getting done, bro. It was so good, dude. It was so good. I enjoyed it so much.
So, quick question before we move on. So, what was your favorite cereal as a kid? Just random question.
Okay, yeah. Favorite cereal, Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms?
Lucky Charms is
Man,
my
that's a
favorite.
good choice. Mine
Yeah.
has to be, mine changed 3 times, but mine was Golden Crisp,
Oh, Golden Crisp was good too, though.
Cookie Crisp,
Oh, Cookie Crisp.
and believe it or not, folks, everybody's gonna dive off after I say this. Grape nuts. I freaking loved
Really?
grape nuts when I was a kid. Like my mom would get them for me, and I would eat like half the box in one bowl. And it's
Damn.
like, I mean, what a great way to keep myself regular. I mean, there's definitely a duty in my toilet.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, an alien in my toilet.
It's funny, and I think that part of the reason why I liked a lot of those, like even Tricks or like Honey
Oh
Snacks or
yeah,
whatever, was because of the cartoon character on the
on the
box.
box, and
Like
they always
that's
came with
what it
toys.
was, and they always
Yeah,
had toys in them, right? It always
yeah.
had
What
toys.
happened? What
Yeah,
happened, man? What
I don't
happened?
know,
Like my
dude.
kids
I
get
don't
cereal. They
know,
don't get
bro.
excited about any cereal. Like my
No.
kids, my kids get Raisin Bran. They're like boring like me when I was a kid. I loved Raisin Bran. Like, except for when they had Pokemon cards for the
Mm,
25th anniversary.
yeah,
They had
yeah,
the 25th anniversary cards in them. They're
yeah,
like, Dad, I want this. Like, they always try to sag you. Like, what happened to the appeal in cereals?
yeah,
That was the big thing. Who
yeah.
had the best toy won.
Exactly. Like, and I just don't know what happened, dude. Like, I mean, the cereals are still around. Captain Crunch you could still get, but it was just, I don't know. Like, I used to love just Lucky Charms. I love Lucky Charms because of the freaking of the what you call it of Lucky.
Yeah.
Like that's why. And I mean, obviously, I also like freaking what the little marshmallows and stuff. But
Oh yeah,
I
exactly.
I
Yeah.
freaking it's just all that
You
sugar.
ate all the marshmallows and you're like, damn it, I guess I gotta eat the
I
cereal
gotta
now
eat the
too.
cereal now. Yeah, exactly. Damn.
So
That's
so
funny.
so going back to Wonder Duck. So this is your second installment in the Wonder Duck series. How many books are you planning on, doing as far as the series just for this arc?
The entire arc is eight books. What
8 books?
the book you held up was the first 4 chapters. So that's the
Yeah.
first 4 chapters of the book. So the one that's out that's on this Kickstarter, I'm doing a Kickstarter for this guy right here. That's issue number 5. So this is issue number 5, and I did 3 covers for it. So I have this is cool. I have the homage cover, which was done by Joe Holly. Big shout out to him. And then I decided to do my own cover, and I did this guy right here, and I drew it, I penciled it. A buddy of mine called Alex Rivera inked it, and Victor Claudia colored it. So so that is book 5 of the 8. So what I'm doing is this Kickstarter is for book 5, and then hopefully with the extra funds or whatever, I can finish up 6, 7, and 8, and then have the entire second part, so the next 88 pages, ready for everyone by the end of next year. I should have that ready to rock. So yeah, so that's the plan. That's what I'm working with. So eight issues, 8 parts. Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna pop the link in on here for that real quick, but
Right.
kind of to move on to talking about a little bit of something else. So, do you have any other stories you've got besides Russ 5377 that you got? Did I get it right for once? Isn't
Yes,
it
you
fine?
did. You did.
Man, it
You
messes
got
me
it.
up every time. I'm like
You
that
got
Russ
it.
five
I
five
love
four
it.
two six
You did.
nine.
You got it. You got it. Yeah, so I have that. If you guys go to getyourmeds.com, I have that on my website, working on that. And I'm also working on another project. I don't have a name for it yet, but I'm working on another project right now. I'm doing the writing for it. I've designed characters, and then what I'm gonna do is, once I'm done with the script, I'll send it out to an artist to draw. So I'm working on that. Hopefully, I'll have that done sometime next year also. And then I'll continue work on with Sam on Catch Da Crazies, which is based on our podcast Catch Da Craze. And I'm also working with Jonathan on a story called Street Journal, which we're hoping to get that done soon. We're working on that script. So yeah, I got a few things in the pipe. Hopefully, get that stuff out soon.
And I had that book here just not too long ago. I had
Which one?
that showcase book. I was gonna show it off too, man.
Oh
Street.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
so Street Journal, that looks like it's going to be some good stuff. So I'm pretty
yeah.
excited to hear that that's going to be coming out pretty
Yeah,
soon.
yeah, we're working on that. We're working on we actually finished writing the story. Like what you have is like almost like the first version of it, and we've
Hmm.
revamped it. And so now it's. I mean, this thing is huge. It's like over. We did the first script, like the first, and it was like almost like 250 pages or something like that. It's huge. So we're gonna split it up, obviously. But yeah, we're working on the script now, and hopefully, we'll start working on getting an artist to work on it. But yeah, those are the projects, man, that I have going on right now. But yeah, I mean, I'm so excited about this current project. It's just, and I mean, we've linked up with Comic Book for Kids, and we're trying to
Yep.
get more kids, more comic books out to the kids in the hospitals and the cancer centers, man, just to get their minds off of some of the trauma that they're going through.
Absolutely. And
Yeah,
for folks, if you're coming in and watching this for the first time and hearing about comic books for kids, or if for those of you that are watching now, and if you do already know, thank you very much for checking out the stuff. But I am a member of Comic Books for Kids. It's a great charity, guys.
hmm,
This charity is something that allows me to give back tenfold for stuff that my son's received. So my son, he's had multiple open heart surgeries, and
yeah,
when he goes in there and he has these surgeries and he's in a lot of pain, he's really
hmm,
struggling. We can't comfort him. Comic Books for Kids donates books, comic books, coloring books, Pez dispensers, pop figurines, stuffed animals, you name it, toys of all kinds
yeah.
to these hospitals and cancer centers. And they
It's
walk
amazing.
around and they give them to these kids when they really, really need it. And so people like George come forward and say, hey, I got this book. It's a kid's book. Can I do a matching thing for CB4K? So it's awesome.
Yeah,
Samuel, and a couple other people have really stepped forward and said, hey, I'm offering up, I'm going to match books for the CB4K, or I'm going to offer a CB4K tier. And it's really awesome. So if you guys are checking out this book and you're going to go back it, please do remember, go through and check out that stuff. There is a CB4K tier available.
yep,
And that also there's the project up now, CatCat and Piggygirl, which is kind of the same thing. We're
hmm,
selling books and we're trying to be able to send more copies to the hospitals and cancer centers, which is a big thing. These
yeah,
kids are in a time of need. Some of these kids may not ever get to go home again. This is the sad, harsh reality of
hmm,
it.
yeah,
The books that George sends could
yeah,
be the thing that lets a parent see their child smile for the last time.
yeah,
So that's a really dark thing to say, but this is the truth.
yeah,
I don't like to sugarcoat things because that's the grave reality. We're writing these great books for kids, but what we're doing through CB4K really, really matters because we're allowing for things to happen that may not have happened. I mean, we don't want parents to remember seeing their kids last moment being in pain and sad. We want to see them being like, oh man, Wonder Duck, like this duck's got this suit and he's a Futurian and oh, Furorian. I'm sorry,
All
Futurian.
right, hey, listen, I was letting you go, man. I was letting you flow. No, but you're right.
Yeah.
Absolutely right, dude. I mean, listen, I thank everyone who has pledged to the campaign. Right now we have 45 books so far that are going to the kids. So because I have a tier called the Wonder Kids tier, and basically what it is it's 5 copies of the book go to Comic Books for Kids, and then you get to choose whichever cover you want. So I'm giving you the choice of a cover for you and 5 books for the kids. And right now there are 9 people who have pledged to that, so that's 45 books that are going out there. If you've already pledged and you did your pledge already, but you want to add the 5 books, you can. I have an add-on in the campaign where you can add an additional 5 books to go to the kids, and that add-on is $25. So it's $5 a comic, and boom, the kids will get the 5 books. I'll send them on your behalf, and then Mark Weiss has agreed to send out a thank you letter with the
Yeah.
letterhead from Comic Books for Kids. It's a thank you for doing that and for supporting the cause and helping the kids. Like Russ said, just you know what they're going through is just it's I can't even imagine going through the
Well,
stuff
and the
they're going
sad
through, and
reality
it's
of it
so
is
sad. It's so sad, dude.
yeah, and the sad reality of it
Yeah,
is, with being in the PICU with Roderick for a month, we see all the kids that come in from, Washington State, they come in from Maine, they come in
yeah,
from Florida or California or, over from India, and
yeah,
they send these kids to Cardinal Glennon here in St. Louis because it's one of the number one top rated hospitals for heart surgery and
yeah,
several other surgeries. So these parents are doing the responsible thing. They're staying home. They're making sure their child has a roof over their head, they have food on the table, they have clothes, they have
yeah,
electric, they have water. But in order to do that, they have to leave their child alone in the hospital. So, it's not just, COVID restrictions and stuff like that, keeping these kids from having visitors, keeping them from having the social interaction that they need from their parents or from their family members. It's the fact that, they may live out of state or they may live out of country. So, God bless you, George, for
no,
for
man,
jumping in and offering up your book because man, it means a great deal to me. I'm
yeah,
a father to a critical illness child,
yeah, no, I
and
know, man.
without you guys doing stuff like this, children like mine wouldn't receive this, and it takes a huge heart for you guys to offer up this
Yeah,
stuff. And I want you guys to know that I wholeheartedly appreciate it. Like
yeah,
it,
no, dude.
it means the world to me. So thank you very much.
Listen, I remember, so when I was putting the campaign together, I remember reaching out to you, dude, and you were like, yo, this is the information, this is the number. If you need me, call me. And you were ready. You did that so quickly, and you were like, let's get this done. And I appreciate you. Thank you so much for doing that because you put me in contact with Mark, and Mark was great, man. Mark was like, yeah, dude, hey, send it here, no problem. So I'm looking forward to once the campaign ends, have all of these books and just shipping all of that stuff out to them and just making a little bit, if it's even a little bit of a difference in a kid's life. That's what's important, right? That to me,
That's
that's
what's
that's
important, man.
that's
Hey, you
what
know
it's
what? A
all about.
99-cent Hot Wheel made all the difference in my son's
Ah,
life
that's
in the
amazing,
second
dude.
open heart surgery. So 45 books is going to make a huge difference in 45 kids' lives.
Yeah,
Or for those of you in the audience, thank you for those who have pledged to that
yeah.
tier, or
Yes,
those of
thank
you
you.
who think about pledging that tier. Please consider doing so because it's a huge thing. I can't profess enough as a father to that how much that makes a difference in the kids' lives and for us, parents that, we were there every step of the way.
Yeah,
Not saying anything bad about the parents that aren't able to be there. Luckily, with my job, I'm able to have that time to take off because I get paid FMLA to spend time with my son. But it helps us to sit back. So you're not just helping kids, you're helping the parents of those kids have a moment to sit back and just go, we made it through another surgery. So
yeah,
thank you for that.
yeah. No,
So
you're right.
so so where does the story in issue 5 go to take place? So I did for those of you that want to check it out, I might try to hop in there and do another one. I did do a
I
live reading
remember
on
that.
Blue Balls Reviews with Harry Sachs, and I did the voices. I had fun with it, but
You did.
so if you go watch that, where does this story pick up?
Basically, the story picks up in Planet Furor. So Dr. Duction Muse, he is the creator of Wonder Duck. He created the suit that Duke Dolbeek, which is the Clark Kent in this story, right? He wears the suit that Duction Muse created. In this particular story, we go back to Duction Muse because in the books that you've read, he's captured for treason, right? And so in this book, we find out why he did what he did. Why did he create the suit? Why did he get rid of it? Who was behind the creation of the suit? Who was he working for? And then what happens to Duction Muse at this point? What does Emperor Zunder, who's the emperor of, planet Fura, what is he going to do with him? What happens next? So this is what you're going to find out in the 5th chapter of the book. It's called Nothing to Muse because it's all about Dr. Muse in this case. And hopefully you guys enjoy it. Hopefully you guys like kind of where the story's going.
So young you has got to be like screaming out and right now going, oh my gosh, we finally made it happen. So if you could go back and tell young you one thing, what would you say?
I would say thank you so much for creating this character, because it was that young kid, that fearless young kid, right? Because I spoke with Ted Davies, big shout out to him. I spoke to him about this, where I talked to my friend Anibal Arroyo, another artist. We talk about this, and ignorance is bliss, knowledge is power. When we're little kids, we don't care about the rules, what's right, what's wrong. We just create. We're just playing. We're playing. We don't care about character development. We don't care about plots. We don't care about subplots. We don't care about any of that stuff. We just care about playing games and creating. And these characters now do whatever we want them to do. So I would go back and tell this kid, keep playing. Create this character. I'll take care of everything else when you get older. Don't worry about it. Just for right now, keep creating that character. Keep giving me more and more characters to play with. And by the time you are my age, it'll all make sense. Just keep playing. That's what I would tell them. Just go. Be fearless. Be you. Be a kid.
Yeah, and there's nothing like the imagination of a child. So like when I was a kid, I wrote like this was boring me. I'm not going to be the last one to admit that I'm a nerd. I am a huge nerd. I mean, everybody knows that obviously from watching the shows. But when I was in elementary school, I was in like 4th grade. I wrote a 9-page thesis on black holes just for shits and giggles. It was not like it wasn't like, hey, this is an assignment. What do you think about black holes? I'm just like, what if like black holes, like when they suck stuff in, it didn't destroy it? What if it was a gateway to like a parallel universe?
What?
And then Event Horizon comes out, and I've seen that, and I was like, holy shit, they stole my idea, kind of. And I'm like, now I'm like regretting my decision. I'm like, oh my God, it takes you through hell on the way through the other end of the gateway, and it brings these demons with you, and like now the ship's haunted. I'm like, we're never gonna figure out if this thesis is real. And now I'm an adult, and I write a story based on my thesis. It falls into with this, and so it's so much fun to dig that stuff out. And it's maybe one day I'll scan it and I'll put it up on Facebook for everybody to go read and be like, first of all, look at my tiny ass handwriting. That was one thing.
You still have it? You still have it?
Yeah, I still have it. It's in my drawing binder. I used to draw. I used to actually not be half bad at drawing, and I threw it away because everybody said, just like being an author, you're never going to be able to make a living at what you do. Now you need to find a real job. You need to be realistic. You need to be somebody that can support a family and buy a house and buy a car, not somebody that lives in a 1-bedroom apartment that gets their water and their electric shut off. That's what I was told, my whole time growing up. And to answer that question that I asked you, that would be the one thing that I would tell younger me is don't listen to anybody, because you know what? We all go out, we work these jobs that we hate, and then we come home and we create, and it's like, this is what we love to do. And if I started doing this a long time ago, this is what could be my job now. But because I listened and I gave in to the haters and the people that said you'll never make it, and I'm getting a late start, but I'm loving it. And without starting now, I would have never met you guys. So in the end, it was all worth it because we get to hang out and tell stories. And
I agree, and I can't wait till the day that I can actually go to a convention or even go to St. Louis and say, "Hey, Russell, what's up, man?" And see, like, you know what I mean, meet you in person, because that's the only thing that's missing now with all everything that's going on. Is the only thing that's missing is just that, because I used to love going to conventions and meeting. I've met so many great people at conventions, and that people that I'm still like Daphne Lage, JD Calderon. Like, I met those guys at conventions. That's how I know them, and so I can't wait to be able to do that once again.
Yeah, I can't either. It'll be great, you and Annabelle and Sam and Jonathan. we need to become the four horsemen plus one and just go on, go for a night on the town and just
Yeah,
tear it up.
dude. Let's do it, man. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't
So,
wait.
so how many pages is chapter 5 for those that are looking into seeing how big of a book it is?
It's 24 pages. So it's
24
24
pages.
pages, and I added some of the old designs from when I created the character back in 1990. So
Oh, that's awesome.
you'll see some of the old designs, and then how I redesigned them, and the different like, I guess, stages of design that the character went through. So you'll be able to see that. I added that in the back of the book, so you'll be able to get that as part of the book.
What's up,
What's up,
Sebastian?
Sebass? What's going on, my brother?
So man, that's awesome. That's awesome. So
Mhm.
so you said that you've got 3 more chapters to do after chapter 5, and so
Yes.
this is going to end. And then is that when you're going to start up the new project that you were talking about, or are you going to move
Yes.
on to the one that you're working on with Jonathan right now?
Well, they're probably going to go on simultaneously because we're pretty
Okay,
much done writing the Street Journal. It's all
Street
about,
Journal.
at this point, it's all about just the editing process. We just want to get one more run through, one more editing run through, and then that can go into the hands of an artist, and we can do that. And then once that happens, then I can go jump full board on the next project that I'm working on, which I've pretty much already, because I like to write, and I break it down by scenes, and I have like like a roadmap so that I don't get lost. And then now I'm going to go into and flesh out the actual script so that I can send it out to an artist to draw. But yeah, it's all happening almost simultaneously. I'll be doing a lot of that stuff at the same time. All of the books and all of the scripts for 5 through 8 of Wonder Duck have already been written. So it's not just a matter of sending them out to the artist, which they are
Understand.
drawing. They are drawing issue 6 right now. So issue 6 is pretty much in the coloring process right now, and then they'll send it to me where I'll do the lettering, because I do the lettering for the books. So yeah, it's moving. It's going. It's definitely moving. It's not stopping. I'm not,
Well,
because the campaign
and
is
the reason
going.
why I wanted to call out like Street Journal and
Yeah.
Russ 5377 is I want people to know that there are other projects outside of Wonder
Yes.
Duck. Now,
Yeah.
is Russ 5377, is that available as an add-on? I didn't even look to see if that was an
No,
add-on.
no, no. It's so what happened with Russ is that it's for the audience for it is a little older. I'm talking
Yeah,
about maybe
it is a little
17,
older.
17 and older, maybe 18 and older. So that's a different age group. So that's why I didn't add it to this campaign. But it's available on the website if you guys are interested in picking it up and just checking it out. If you go to getyourmeds with a z.com, you're able to get it there.
I'll pop that in there real quick. Get
Yeah,
your
yeah. And
meds.
Get Your Meds is a play on my last name, Medina. I'm not dealing drugs out here. I'm just, the only drug I
No,
deal is my
you
comics.
are
My
dealing
comics.
drugs, man.
That's
Don't
right.
lie. Yeah, comics.
It's my comics. It's my comics.
Yeah, comics are
That's the
addicting, man.
cure. That's the cure to make But yeah, so Get Your Meds is the website, getyourmeds.com. Check it out there. And you'll see I have a whole bunch of other stuff on there. I have t-shirts and all that kind of stuff.
Sorry, I had to click out because it spell check changed it to S. I'm like, no,
Always
I
does.
purpose
Always does,
always
dude.
does.
It
There you
really
go,
does. I'm
folks. So
like,
you can go
come
to
on.
that website right there,
Yeah.
getyourmeds.com. And
Yes.
and Street Journal is going to be awesome too. The other reason why I wanted to
Yes.
talk about Street Journal is just so raw and so
Yes.
epic. And just hearing some of the stories when I had Jonathan and Sam
Yeah.
and yourself and Annabelle on, talking about some of the stuff of your childhoods growing up, and
Yeah.
you guys had it kind of rough, and
Hmm.
you didn't have anything else but cartoons or
Yeah.
comics to kind of escape, and that's
Yeah.
what comics are. They're escapism for us. They're
Yes.
escapism for the readers. And it's great to be able to create worlds that other people are interested in. Like you got the
Absolutely.
Furian takeover with Wonder Duck, and now we've got to figure out what happens to Dr. Muse.
That's right.
Dr. Muse.
That's right, man. So I can't wait. I'm excited, dude. Listen, everybody who's pledged to the campaign already, thank you so much. We're getting close to unlocking another stretch goal. So we're like maybe $100 and something away from unlocking a $3,000 stretch goal, which unlocks a print that my buddy Sam Vera did for me with Wonder Duck. It's an homage cover to a Superman cover from back in 2003. So that's being unlocked. It's an 8x10 print. I can't wait to unlock that. And then I want to just let everyone know, if you're watching right now and you haven't pledged, but you will, if you pledge right now and if you subscribe to the channel, because you have to subscribe to the channel on YouTube, so make sure you subscribe to Russ Flows. But if you subscribe right now, I am giving this print out for free.
Oh
This is
man,
the 8x10 print.
beautiful.
It hasn't been unlocked yet. It's still locked right now. But I'll add it to your pledge right now. If you guys pledge right now and you subscribe to the channel, you have to do both. You have to subscribe to the channel and you have to pledge physical tiers. I will send this. I will add this to your pledge. So make sure you get on there and subscribe, because I think that's important, man. We got to help each other grow these channels, man. We do so much, and we help each other out this way, and then everybody else can
Exactly.
see what the indie community is doing and what it's all about. Because there's so many
We're
of
all in
us
this
out
together. It's not
there.
about, pledge
Absolutely,
my
dude.
book, don't pledge his book. It's
Bro.
about pledge both of our books, because you're
Absolutely.
not only are you helping kids with both projects, you're getting a great book that'll help transport the minds of your children, your neighbor kid,
Yeah.
your nieces, nephews, grandkids. Like, there's never an excuse not to get kids books.
Yeah.
Our line of books is a really hard book to push. Yeah, for some
Yeah.
reason, people
Yeah.
just, they don't get on board with kids books. But,
Yeah. It's
I
hard.
love
It
the
is hard.
fact that comic books are something that my kids enjoy,
Hmm.
because this is all they want to do all day.
Yeah, dude. That is
Hey,
so
Roderick,
true.
get dressed for school. Roderick, get dressed for
Oh
school.
man.
Roderick, do you want me to put that phone in a shredder? No, no, Dad, what? And it's like, yes,
Yeah.
go get your clothes on. So, I mean,
Right.
I want that to be a book that they're holding, or a comic book. I don't want it to
True.
be an electronic device.
Yeah.
And it's sad. The schools, they don't even have textbooks around here anymore. They all do,
Mm.
all the textbooks are on the computer.
No kidding. They're all
And
like on iPads or something. Holy
iPads and laptops. They send
shit.
home Chromebooks and stuff with the kids. Like Owensville, one of the school districts out where
Wow.
I deliver to, this is what's crazy. They have a printing facility there that prints books and all their like ACT booklets and question booklets. They even print comic books there. One day I was eyeballing this big pallet. I'm like, dude, that's comic books. And I was over there like reading it. I was pumping oil. But he's like, yeah, you want to know something like it's totally unreal? Like, and I said, what's that? And he said, we're in Owensville and we print all this stuff. We print textbooks. But Owensville School District is all digital. I was like,
That's
what?
nuts.
I'm like,
That's nuts.
what?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, that's the way of the world, man. That's how
That
everything's
is.
going.
It
So we're
is.
keeping it alive doing this,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
if you don't have kids, pick up a copy of Wonder Duck. Give it to your neighbor kid.
Right.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing I want to put out there for everybody. Not only is what we're doing for Comic Books for Kids a great thing because we're helping kids find an escape. We're getting new fans of comics. Some of these kids
Yeah.
may not ever see a comic book in their entire life. They may not have a comic store nearby. We all know grocery stores and stuff like that don't carry comic books
That's
anymore
right.
like when we were kids. You used to be able to go into a drugstore, and while your mom was picking up your amoxicillin or whatever for your
Hmm.
school crud that you would always have all the time, they had the four-way that you could spin around and you'd be like, oh man, here's
That's
Superman
so
and
true.
here's Batman, and you don't have that anymore. It's like Better Homes and Gardens and all this other stuff. You can't get comic books anymore. So
Right.
we're introducing new kids to comic books that could grow up to be a comic book fan, could grow up to be a comic book creator, and create a
Yeah.
book that may not have otherwise happened without them being introduced, or an artist, or any of the above. So
Yeah.
if you have neighbor kids that you love dearly, like your own kids, and they always are nice and say hi to you, and you want to do something nice for them. Think about pledging a kid's book on Kickstarter. You're not only going to be supporting an indie creator, but you can give that book to your neighbor kid and do
Yeah.
something nice and get them out of digitals, having their head up their phone or their tablets, and get them into
Absolutely.
reading a great story. And then they're going to go to
Absolutely.
their parents and be like, oh my gosh, like, guys, you're never going to believe this. My neighbor got this Wonder Duck book for me, and this is only number 5, and I don't have 1 through 4, and I need 6, 7, and 8. So, like, guys, like, for real. And so then their mom and dad are going to go back, George, on issue 6 and 7 and
Yeah.
8 because they're going to
Yeah.
love this story. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
something I like to throw out there. Think about your neighbor kids or your nieces, your
That's true.
nephews.
That's
A
true.
lot of people like, oh, what am I going to do with the kids book? I don't have any kids. Well, you got nieces and nephews and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
No, I
So
agree. I
donate it
agree.
to the school. They can put it in the library, and then kids can check it out.
Yeah, and big shout out to Jonathan who just added the tier the add-on for the kids. So thank you so much, Jonathan. Appreciate it. And that's the other thing, right, Russell? Like we have tiers where even if, let's say, for example, like you said, you don't have kids, but you want to help out, do the Wonder Kids tier and send the book out to the kids. Like just Do that.
Yeah, that's right. Just
You
throw
know,
throw
that's
$5,
awesome.
throw $10
Yeah,
down, and
yeah,
you're gonna help print extra books for kids in the hospitals, and you did a good deed, and you're helping out a creator make the dreams come true. Because this
absolutely.
is a passion for us, is making these stories and helping kids transport their minds. I mean,
For
there's nothing
sure.
like the innocence of a child, and them going into these stories
I
and
know.
wishing they were a duck that had a super awesome suit. So, guys, I did hear if we do get Wonder Duck to 20K, that George is going to let us know where the secret suit is located. And the first one to reach it, it's going to be like rat race. So get your rocket ships
That's right.
ready.
That's right.
Get your Hitler mobile ready, like in rat race, and do whatever it takes to get there. Even if you need that one guy to pick you up that's transporting a heart. I can't ever think of his name. Poor Mr. Bean.
Oh man, that's great. No, but yeah,
so
no.
So we're 41 minutes in. I had a great time chatting with you. I know you got some
Thank
other
you.
stuff you got to go do, so I'm gonna give you a chance. I'm gonna throw your face up there and let you tell
Sweet.
everybody. Give them the elevator pitch. Tell them where they can find you, and I'm gonna throw that link back in there for Wonder Duck one last time.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so Duke Dullbeak is an out-of-work actor who resides in Planet Pharaoh, right? Little does he know, though, that there is a power struggle in a neighboring planet called Planet Führer, where the planet's most prolific scientist, whose name is Dr. Muse, has committed treason. See, he's created a battle suit that can destroy his home planet, and in his haste to get rid of the incriminating evidence, Dr. Muse releases the suit into outer space. The supersuit finds its way to planet Pharaoh, where it knocks our hero Duke in the noggin and transforms him into Wonder Duck.
Dun,
That
dun,
is
dun,
the
dun.
premise. That is the premise of the book. And then issue number 5, which is the one that I am crowdfunding right now, will let you know what happens to Dr. Dr. Muse after he releases that suit. That is what's happening in chapter 5. I have 3 covers of the book. This is the main one. And then we have an homage cover, an homage to issue number 300 by Todd McFarlane of Amazing Spider-Man. And then I decided to do a cover myself. And so this is the cover that I did for The Adventures of Wonder Duck. Thank you to Alex Rivera for inking it and Victor Claudia for coloring. And thank you, Joe Holly, for doing this cover and Victor for coloring it as well. But that's the plan. If you guys want to check it out, make sure that you go to the show notes and check out the campaign. It is live right now. It's going to be live until June 1st. So please pledge to the campaign. Help me make it a huge success. I want to get as many books out to the kids as possible, and you can make that happen. So thank you very much, guys, for what you've already done and what you guys will continue to do. I really appreciate all of your help. And thank you, Russell, for having me on the show, my man.
Oh,
You
you're
are the
absolutely welcome,
best.
my friend. I'm gonna kick you back to the back room real quick, and I'll be back to chat with you in just a second. Thank you so much for being
You
here.
got it. No problem.
All right, guys, thanks so much for checking out the stream. For those of you coming back and watching this, I thank you as well. Thank you for helping support indie creators. Guys, please go check this out. It's got 16 more days. Please remember there is a CB4K tier. So if you want to buy that tier, you get any of the covers of your choice. You get one, and then 5 copies go to CB4K. It's also available in the add-ons if you want to buy whatever tier you want to get, and then you can go in the add-ons. You can also purchase that 5-book special. So please think about that. We also have CatCat and Piggygirl is live for only 3 more days. It ends Thursday. Please help get the word out about that. Please keep sharing it, and please keep supporting it. All profits go towards printing extra copies for books in hospitals and cancer centers. I'm going to pop that link in there. So please support these great campaigns. Please share them out with your friends. If you can't afford to back, please back for $1, because what that does is it sends an email to everyone that follows you on Kickstarter, letting them know that these great projects exist. We're never going to yell at you for backing it for $1, because that's advertising for us, and you're helping us out greatly. Because when one of those people that gets the email backs it, emails go out to their friends. You're just starting a train of emails to help get this project out there, and it only costs you $1. If you can't afford to do that, we understand. Please at least share it out. We really appreciate that. What's going on, Grant? Thanks for joining in, buddy. You're a little late, my friend, but check out Wonder Duck live on Kickstarter now until June 1st, and check out CatCat and Piggygirl. So as always, folks, thank you again for watching. Thank you for watching us back. Thank you for supporting indie creators. Keep supporting them. Keep loving them. And as always, this is Russ Explode Studios with projects that will blow your mind. You guys have a great week, and I will see you guys later. Bye.